right, people, for our last 10 minutes today, this World Cup controversy, the one that is roiling the entire global soccer world right now. Did the star U.S. player deserve to be suspended from tonight's upcoming game? And what did you think of President Trump personally asking the FIFA president to overturn the suspension, which he did? It's Folarin Balogun, big star player, a birthright citizen, by the way, and he is back in after Trump intervened. So the question is, if you are a soccer fan or if you're a soccer coach and you're that knowledgeable, what do you think of all this? Was the red card deserved, which would come with a suspension for tonight's game against Belgium, which would really hurt the U.S. team? Was it deserved? And what do you think, even if it wasn't deserved, about President Trump intervening with his buddy, apparently, the head of FIFA, who I heard on, I think, the BBC yesterday, has visited the White House more times than any head of state has. So they are very close. You remember FIFA gave Trump a FIFA Peace Prize that they created basically for Trump after Trump didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. So does how you feel about Trump or any head of state intervening this way, using that connection, intersect with how you felt about the play? I mean, it does look to me that there's a consensus out there that the red card was not, in fact, deserved, that it was an overreaction by the officials for whatever reason, and that overturning it and letting Balogun play might be the right call. But then for a lot of you, it's this cringy at best, another cringy at best Trump moment, using his influence to express his power. So I'm looking for soccer people here. If you play, if you coach, if you're just a big World Cup fan and you've been watching all these matches, 212-433-WNYC, what do you think about this? In particular about the play. Was the red card deserved? Should he be suspended tonight? 212-433-WNYC. Folarin Balogun, in or out, according to you? And what do you think of Trump's intervention? Maybe you want your, people complained that the Mets manager who just got fired didn't appeal enough plays for video review. And, you want your leaders to fight for the best call for your side in sports. But you tell me, 212-433 WNYC 433-9692. Call or text, and we'll hear you have to say, soccer people, right after this. Brian Lehrer on WNYC. Okay, soccer people, was the red card deserved? Was Trump right or wrong to intervene to try to get it overturned, which it was? David in Park Slope, you're on WNYC. Hi, David.
Hi. The card was perhaps not deserved, looking at the replay, but in the moment it was deserved, and they did a VAR review. And I think it's the Athletic article that I read that said it's nothing like this has ever happened since 1962, when the Argentinian dictatorship got a call like this overturned. So I find it incredibly embarrassing for the United States. The entire world disagrees that the call should have been overturned, but Donald Trump thinks it should have been overturned, and he's bragging about how he made it happen, even though he says he's not a fan. He says, I don't know anything about soccer. I just thought it was wrong. So,
David, thank you very much. Lori in Ringwood, you're on WNYC. Hi, Lori. You're far enough north and inland in Jersey to be out of that flood area, happy to say. Hi.
We're okay today. Yes, I agree with David that it was completely, not a red card, but there's no mechanism to have it overturned, and it was only Dirty Trump that was able to use his corruption to overturn it. And I've really enjoyed the World Cup so much this year because, well, I always do. We're a big soccer family, but I was worried that he was going to ruin it. And so far he hadn't it. But the great ruiner has gotten his hands all over it again, and I hope it hasn't tarnished the rest of it.
Lori, thank you very much. Going to just sneak in some other people here in our short amount of time. Call us again. Kevin in Denver, former coach and referee, he says. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you don't argue the call. Balls and strikes, fine. You don't argue the call. And to usurp your power to overturn something like that that's unconscionable.
Would you feel differently, and I don't know your politics, but would you feel differently if President Biden or President Obama had made that call?
No. Doesn't you don't do that.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jess in Manhattan, you're on WNYC. Did you tell our screener you've watched every game?
Yes, and I haven't slept. It was from the Knicks to the soccer. It's like one big. I don't remember anything in June or July at this point. I just wanted to say that I agree with Kevin. I've been a referee, and I've been with my children like 5 or 6 years watching every game. I agree that with any president, you listen to the referee, he makes a call. I feel spooked, like he attended the game and they lost the Knicks. No matter what, if they win or lose, if you insert a player that wasn't supposed to play, it's like so superstitious. I feel like the U.S. has to pull out, and it's his fault. It's like a parent calling to get their kid back into a class that they've been punished or whatever, get them back into some activity.
And Jess, that has to be the last word because we're out of time. Well, based on our caller board, at least, it looks like a lot of people who were going to be rooting for the U.S. tonight at 8 against Belgium might still be, but with an asterisk. Thanks, everybody. Brian Lehrer on WNYC. Stay tuned for all of it.
WNYC's journalism and storytelling is heard by millions of passionate listeners. Sponsors of our programming gain our listeners' attention and their respect. Learn about how your organization can support WNYC and WNYC Studios at sponsorship.wnyc.org.
The United States is about to mark its 250th anniversary.
And so, on the Global Story podcast from the BBC, we're telling surprising tales of American influence on the world stage and in ordinary people's lives all across the globe.
We have this ability to export our story, and a lot of people bought it.
I feel like the American dream is alive but not well.
From the BBC, it's the United States at 250.
Listen wherever you get your podcasts or find us on YouTube.